Really proud of our guys. I thought they really gutted out a really tough win when we weren't at our best against a really good team. Weren't making shots. Two of our leading scorers just didn't really have it tonight. You got to give credit to Maryland. They did a really good job of defending us. It was a rock fight there for a while, and I thought our guys just kind of stayed with each other and just kept defending and rebounding and let the offense come and let it happen. And just guys were making effort plays all over the court. I thought John Harrow and Jamari Wheeler were just tremendous, both defensively and offensively. And I think you saw our guys really come together. Their guys step up off the bench for us tonight. And I just thought that was just a great team win when things just weren't going well. I think that's a great thing to happen for us right now as we're heading into the back end of conference play right now. So for us to win like this, I think it's a credit to our guys.
Thanks, Coach. Let's go ahead and begin with Mark Brennan. Corey Geiger, you're on deck.
Jim, the turnovers late. I mean, you love to get the win, but were you pulling your hair out a little bit? 5 turnovers in the last couple minutes. And then again, as you said, to be able to win that game despite that, what does that mean about this group?
Yeah, it was a little concerning because, it was a couple of guys that turned it over and a couple of our guys that are normally our ball handlers at the end of the games. But in the end, I think our guys, they didn't flinch, and I think that's important. I think, we got down on ourselves at Wisconsin. We didn't make shots, and it affected our defensive mentality or our disposition. And that didn't happen tonight. But as we weren't making shots, we were still grinding and playing. We turned the ball over, but we still got big stops and we got rebounds and we made plays. Obviously it's something that we got to work on. It's something that I don't think is going to happen all the time, but it was a little concerning. But it was kind of almost appropriate for the way the game was played today. It was just an ugly basketball game.
Jim, do you believe personally in must-win games? And when you're 3-7 in the league, did you get a sense that your players, again with Myron and Seth not scoring, do you get a sense that your players maybe felt that this was a must-win game?
I didn't. I mean, this league is so hard. Everybody's so good, and there's so many opportunities. I was a part of this program here. I think we were 0-9 or 0-10 in Big Ten play. And we wound up getting a bye in the conference tournament, right? So, I didn't look at it, never mentioned it, never even thought about it, to be quite honest. I think I looked at it like, hey, we got a really good Maryland team in here that just beat Purdue, and, we got to play well. And that's what it is. Now we got to play well or play good enough, maybe not even well, just play good enough to win. And now we got to do it. We got to face another opponent, a tough opponent on the road, Michigan State. We got to. I'm not saying it's a must-win at all, but we want to win one in a league on a road. Like this is, it's really challenging. So we have that in front of us. But now, to answer the question, I guess more directly, I did not feel it was a must-win, and I really don't believe in that stuff.
Coach Ferry, Justin Morgenstein, let's go to you next. Nate Bauer, you're on deck.
Jim, your guys don't allow a field goal for the final 7:32 of that game. What did you notice defensively during that stretch, and what does that do for a team's confidence that's obviously not having their best offensive night?
You just saw how locked in they were. The communication was great. It was at such a high level, even in huddles and timeouts. But the way Jamari was guiding, talking to people, I thought we were just locked in. And the rebounding, I mean, it was 25-11 in the second half on the glass. I thought we did a great job. And that's finishing possessions. That's finishing defensive possessions. And I thought our guys did a great job. And we had some pretty elite defensive stops down the stretch to help us win that game.
Nate Bauer, let's come to you next. Evan Patrick, you're on deck.
Jim, just given the shooting percentages and the scoring numbers the last 2 games now, is there something specific that these teams are doing to you? Do you feel like the shots are of the quality that you had been getting before?
Yeah, I thought at Wisconsin we had some really good shots in that game. I thought at the start of the second half, wide open, good extra pass ones. I thought in this game they really guarded us with their length. They weren't big at the 5 spot, but their guards, and they were really long and they were switching. They did a great job. They kept us out of the paint. We didn't get comfortable shooting the basketball. But no, I think we'll be fine offensively. I really do. I'm not looking at it now saying, oh, God, 2 games, what are we going to do? Like, I'm not. I mean, it's a great question. I think we'll be okay. I also thought we were a little fatigued, guys. I thought I kind of sensed it a little bit. Jamari lied to me. He said we're all set. But I kind of sensed it in warm-ups. There was just, we didn't have that pop to us. I thought we were a little bit fatigued. So having a day off tomorrow is going to be well needed.
And everyone will get to grill Jamari on what he told Coach Ferry when he comes up next. But Evan Patrick, let's go to you, and Justin Morgenstein will come back to you. We have no other questions. We'll wrap it up.
Hey, Jim. Miles seemed pretty crucial in that run towards the end of the first half to get things back to even, and then he had that big 3 to put you guys up 7 there in the second half. How valuable was he today, and what has he done to really solidify that role in the closing 5?
He was awesome tonight. I thought he was. You guys noticed the sleeve wasn't on either. I think maybe that helped a little bit. His shoulders getting stronger. He's putting in that work with Saz and Greg and trying to recover quickly. And he told me today, he said, Coach, I'm feeling good. I'm not going to wear it. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, no, I feel really good. And I thought he was, he was really big defensively, because when they went small, what we would call small, with Scott at the 5, we were able to have Miles guard him and use his strength and his mobility. And then that big 3, it reminded me of what he's done in the past. You got to find him in conversion, and that was a huge 3 for us, momentum-wise.
Justin Morgenstein, let's come to you. Nate Bauer, you'll have the last question of this session.
Even though it was a little less so in the second half tonight, how crucial, is discipline for you guys been over these last few games? And obviously after Illinois and that stretch, what is, just trying not to foul defense and accomplishing that meant for you guys?
It's been everything. I mean, we've been talking about it, now we're doing it. When we beat you from the foul line and we limit our fouls, we've given ourselves a chance to win. And I think, again, that's it's a philosophy that I've always had. And I think our group right now is really understanding it and seeing it. And when you see it, that it works, I think you keep going to it. And the guys really did a good job with it. Again, even I said this about the Wisconsin game. In the second half, they got 6 free throws in a row. If we could have controlled that, we would have had the lead going into that game. But again, tonight I thought our guys really played with discipline, played with our hands straight up, pulled our arms back. And again, when we can do that, when we can attempt more free throws or certainly make more free throws than our opponent attempts, then you're going to get a chance to win the game, which is basically what we did tonight.
Nate Bauer, let's come to you for the final question of this session, and then we'll bring Jamari Wheeler up.
Speaking of free throws, can you speak to the importance of how many makes that you guys had, tonight versus, I think you guys were shooting 70% coming into tonight?
Well, 70% is actually that's not bad. It depends on who's shooting them, But tonight, John Harra and Jamari Wheeler just, basically at the end was like, well, the game's going to be over. We're going to make our free throws, and that was huge for us. It was huge. I mean, we missed 2 free throws. I think John missed 1, and Brock missed 1. But in crunch time, guys stepped up and knocked them down, and that's the way you can finish off an ugly game. And you need to. Those are the little things that have to be done, and to have the seniors do that made me feel great for them.